Hey everyone! Alright, so today I am going to show you my rewrite of kentcdodds.com. So far it's not much. I just used the basic starter and then I added a bunch of stuff. So here's my config. I've got my emotion plugin and TypeScript, which incidentally actually just uses Babel. So you can't use all of TypeScript features, just the ones that Babel supports, which is perfect because that's exactly what I want. And then I'm using Gatsby and MDX, which is, I think, a little bit underbaked so far. It's not quite ready for all the ambitious stuff, but I think it's probably ready enough for my blog. Which, by the way, I think this is going to just be my blog, not kentcdodds.com, but it'll be kentcdodds.com/blog. Yeah, so then we're doing some other stuff and whatever. It's, yeah, not a whole lot of really super interesting stuff here. So what I thought I would do today is add Cypress testing to this. So if we run npm run dev, that'll start up Gatsby develop. That'll start Gatsby at port 8000. Eventually, it's loading all the plugins, and it's like, hey, wait, I can't do all this while you're live streaming. What are you talking about? This is nuts. And I've got this warning, but I'm pretty sure that warning is fine. But anyway, I refresh and ta-da! Come on. Ta-da! Yay, there it is. Nice. Okay, cool. So how do I test this with Cypress? That is the question. So what I'm going to do is I'll say yarn add Cypress to get Cypress into my project. And actually I want that. Oh no, stop. We want that to be a dev dependency here for sure. Now, when I run Cypress, I'm going to skip some steps because I don't want to spend too much time doing my live stream today. So I'm going to need to start my server, my dev server, and then run the tests on it for development. And then in CI, I'm going to need to build the project and then serve that the built version to run my Cypress tests on that. So I have a server for development, that's that develop thing, and then I can just run Cypress on that. But I'm going to need a thing to serve up the built files, and so that's where serve comes into play for CI. And then that'll just be for my development stuff. I'm going to publish this on Netlify, and Netlify will take care of the actual serving static assets on its CDN and stuff. So this is just for testing. And then I want to have, I want to start the server before I start testing it, right? I can't run Cypress on some stuff that's not already up and running, right? So that's what start server and test is for. It's a fantastic package, so I'm going to add that as well. Yarn add dev. We'll do serve and start server and test. And so those are some sweet packages that we'll get into our package.json here. Fetching the packages. I love the emoji thing. Apparently that's no longer maintained. That's unfortunate. So start server and test, wait on joy. I love this. Like, there's no way that deprecation warning is ever going away because we have like 6 layers of dependencies. Okay, maybe not 6, but yeah. We got other warnings. We are so desensitized to warnings that they are basically worthless. Okay, cool. So we've got all of our things installed. We can verify those. There's that, there's this, and there's that. So let's get our scripts together. Normally I would show you all this in the terminal, but I'm just going to do our scripts really quick. So we're going to have test CI or test E2E CI, and we'll have a test E2E dev. Okay, so the first one is going to be start server and test, and the first argument to this is the npm script that will start your server. So because this is the CI one, we're going to need a new script. I'm going to make start. I'm actually going to change it to be serve. And actually, I don't know what the command will be. Serve public, or we'll just do serve help. Okay, serve, then L, and then the port number. And I think, and we want S, I think. No. We have a 404, so we don't want that. We're fine with that. No clipboard. Yeah. We're going to say no clipboard. By the way, when you're doing scripts here, do the full name, not the alias, because this is written out and somebody's going to read it one day and they're going to be like, what does N stand for? So the short name is for you because you are smart and you are typing it out and you want to do it fast. The long name is for when you are like actually saving it to a file and people are going to read this. That's kind of how I go with this. Single, no, not single. We decided not single. And I think that's it. So then we'll do listen, and then we can just specify the port. So we'll do 8899. I don't know. I always make those up. Okay, so we've got a script to start the server. So we'll do start is the script. And then, or actually, you know what? Let's npx start server and test help. Okay, so it's the start script name, URL, and then the test. Okay, so the URL is http://localhost port 8899. And then the test script name is going to be, let's see, cyrun. Okay, so now we need to make that script. So cyrun is going to be, I think it's just Cypress run, pretty sure. And then we're going to have dev, which would be Cypress open. And we'll put that there. We'll put those there. Yeah, something like that. Doesn't really matter. And then we'll do our dev one. So our start server and test. And this will be dev, start the development server. And develop starts on port 8000. And then we'll do dev. Sweet. Okay, so let's do the dev one first because we want to have Cypress load us up with a bunch of tests. So we'll do npm run test :e to e. Oh, and actually one important thing about the cyrun thing, or about the CI one, is that before we run this, we need to build the site. And that's kind of an implicit relationship here, is that like this needs to be built before we run it. And there are a lot of things that we could do here. So what we could do, and what would be easiest, is just say pre, and then this will just npm run build, and then that'll work perfect. But in CI, I'm going to have, I'll add a validate script that's going to run all of these things, like build and lint and test and type check and all that stuff. So that's not going to work super great because that would mean that we're going to run the build twice. And so there's some things that you might want to do for that to work. But I'm going to leave this the way that it is for now. And then we can optimize later, right? Make it work, make it fast, make it work, make it simple, make it fast. I don't know. It's one of those things. Okay, so anyway, we're going to run test e2e dev. Sorry, I'm using Yarn in the project, but I'm using npm to run my scripts. Old habits die hard. That's all I gotta say. Okay, so sweet. It's running that, and it's starting up our server, and Cypress will start soon, hopefully. Has Cypress started already? Nope. This is loaded. Okay, here comes Cypress. Whew. Compiled successfully. Now we're running Cypress open. Cypress is opening somewhere. Yep, it is opening somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Come on, where are you, Cypress? Oh, here it is. I guess opening another Electron app on my computer makes my computer go slow. What do you know? Okay, so yeah, so to help you get started, here's a bunch of stuff. We put a bunch of things in here. Okay, got it. And we could run these tests and it works and it's great. But I've seen this before, not my first rodeo, and I don't want these things here. So we're gonna, unfortunately, you can't get rid of the example fixture. You have to have at least a fixture in here. So I just get rid of the JSON in there. Because when you start it up again, it's going to create that file for you again, unless things have changed. So then I'm going to get rid of this examples thing. Our plugins, we'll just, yeah. I'm just, I wish I could get rid of all this stuff, but we're just going to get rid of that file. I'm going to do TS. I don't know. Let's see if that works. I actually haven't gotten Cypress with TypeScript working. Maybe I shouldn't try that yet. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's video. I don't know. Okay, so then commands, we'll just get rid of all this stuff. We'll delete that file. We'll go here. We'll get rid of that, empty it out. Okay, sweet. So we're in a clean state with Cypress. We also have a Cypress JSON here. And I want to, one of the first things I'm going to set here is the base URL. Let me make sure that's the right configuration option. Actually, you know what? They've got configuration. Well, let's see. What? Okay. Well, here's our base URL right there. Boom. But try again. No. What? It exported nothing. We load. Boo. Plugins file has to be something. Okay, we'll just module exports equals a function that does nothing. I guess that's what we have to do. Come on, where'd Cypress go? I think I just crashed Cypress. Oh, missing. I don't know. All right, let's try this again. Cypress. What? Okay, I think I crashed my editor too. Cypress open. Wonder if this is still running somewhere. Nope. Okay. At least that's not running anymore. So let's close all this stuff. All right. Everything start over. npm run test e2e:dev. Try this again. I won't delete everything, I promise. I just don't like having things just hanging out, not doing anything. Okay, but while we're waiting, hey, I just watched your write test not too many, mostly integration talk. Great talk. I'll stick with writing more unit tests at the moment, but start to think about your suggestion. Cheers. That's great. You do you, I'll do me, and we'll both ship confidently. Hey, I rhymed. Okay, so while we're waiting for that, one thing that I know that I'm going to want is Cypress testing library, because it's fantastic. And I'm not just saying that because I made it. So I'm going to open up another terminal instance. We're going to npm, or no, not npm yarn, add as a dev dependency, Cypress testing library. Sweet, no files found, so we have no tests. That's great. That's exactly what I want. And I've got Cypress set up with my base URL, so I can do a really quick and easy visit. What I'm going to do here, though, is we'll say new file home.js. We'll start with JS. I'll add TypeScript later. So we're going to do a describe block because that's what we have to do. Describe. There we go. And this is home page renders, and it ooh, come on, autocomplete. Snippets. Sometimes, okay, this is crazy frustrating to me. This is why I'm never happy with my editor, because it does stuff like that. Yeah, it's super annoying. It should render type script. Okay, so we're getting little squigglies. We gotta fix our ESLint config. That'll come later. So first thing I'm gonna do actually is we'll expect true to be true. Okay, cool. So now if I open this up, we've got home, and I click on that, and it's gonna open up Chrome somewhere. Here it is. Here, I'm gonna move all this stuff over to here so I'm not on multiple windows and whatnot. Okay, here we go. We're running. By the way, everything that you watch me do, if it takes a long time, it's because I'm live streaming. It doesn't take this long normally. Okay, command expect not a function. Oh, right. I actually don't know. No error. That's basically a passing test. Some code that doesn't throw an error. Hooray, no commands are issued. All right, let's go ahead and we'll sci.visit / and then we're going to get I don't know here. Let's see. What can we get? Here, actually, we can do this here. We'll just visit. Make sure it's possible to visit. And saved that. it should reload, and it's visiting. And it's like, visit localhost 8000. Come on now, you can do it. Sweet. All right, nice. And then there's a bunch of socket IO things because this is development and we're fine having those in there. But we visited and we got there and now we're here. Now we can go find the TypeScript people thing. Or maybe we should click on go to page 2. That's what we'll do. We'll click go to page 2 and we'll verify that it says hi from the second page, I guess. Okay, cool. So let's do that. Let's go back to the home page and then I'll do this little open selector playground. We'll click on that and yikes. Oh my goodness, sometimes the selector it generates is just hilarious. I'm not going to use that selector. You know what I'm going to use instead? Actually, they have a, I think they have a contains text or something. But what we're going to do is I'm going to go into plugins. We're going to, oh no, not plugins, support. We're going to import Cypress testing library. Oops, Cypress testing library. Come on, add commands. That's what it is. We add those commands, and then we can get by text. This is where TypeScript is going to get confusing. That's why I'm not going to do it today because I need to learn how to do that first. Sweet. So Basoto Todo said, awesome. I was just taking a look at Cypress 1 hour ago. Thanks. Hey, if you are interested in Cypress, then you should look at testingjavascript.com because I will teach you way more than I'm teaching you right now all about Cypress. I'm logged in. This is Pro. Install, configure, and script Cypress for JavaScript web applications. You'll learn a lot. This course is just full of really cool things and you should buy it. Okay. So we're going to do get by text, and the text that we're going to get by is this go to page 2. Now we could change the case, we could change a lot of things about it. I want my test to only resemble the way that a user would use it, and they don't care what the case is. So I'm going to use a regex go to page 2, and we'll ignore case. Sweet. So we'll get that, and then we'll click on it, and then we'll then we'll just see what happens. Sweet, we went to the next page. Now I'm going to verify that we have welcome to page 2. So we'll say get by text, or actually, you know what? Here's where things are tricky. We could say get by text, and that could actually basically be an assertion. I could say get by text, boo, and that could, if boo does not appear on the page, then it's going to throw an error, and that works as an assertion, which is fine. And so then what we could do is say welcome to page 2 is rendered just by doing, we'll do a regex here, welcome to page 2, whatever, ignore case. And then this test should pass. And then here's the real trick when you're testing stuff is make sure that you can do something to break it. So here, if I go to pages, page 2, and welcome to page 3, somebody made a typo or something, then we'll refresh here, and we go, and we're like, okay, getting home and clicking, and then we're saying, hey, welcome to page 2, but it's not there, so the test fails, okay? So that's totally a legit assertion that we could make, is just get by text. That could be an assertion, and I think I'm cool with that. An alternative way to go about this would be to have a data test ID equals reading, and then we can have an actual assertion that says get by test ID reading, and then we can say should contain oh goodness, I'm actually not sure if this is right. Welcome to page 2. I don't actually know if that's going to work. I need to go to Cypress docs, assertions. Let's see if that worked. No, unable to find element get by test ID greeting. Are you sure? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, sweet. My assertion was correct. But I want to see, can I do this with regex? Because users don't care whether it's uppercase or lowercase, and neither do I. Neither should my test, I should say. Nope, doesn't accept a regex. Here, let me see. Good. Contain. Well, that's too bad. Doesn't accept regex. Well, that's unfortunate. So there's probably something else we could do to make that better, but I'm not gonna look into that too far. So somebody, Andrew Luca, has a couple comments here. An idea to add custom attribute in dev mode, E to E next link, and you query it. Doesn't matter where you move it in the page. On prod build, you strip that attribute. Nice, you said it. Okay, so yeah, so Andrew Luca is talking about this attribute, and he's saying this is a good idea of something that you can do, and then suggesting that you could actually have a Babel plugin that'll strip this out. I actually leave them. I think they're a good thing to have in production because it means that you can run some tests on production, nothing that's like destructive or whatever, but you could actually go through and make sure that some things are still working, and you just run those tests every hour or something. You don't have a lot of them, but having those test IDs in production is, I think, a great idea. Also, if you strip them, then that means that the thing that you're shipping to production is different from the thing that you're testing in stage, and that I don't think is a good idea. So what I like to do is let's just leave them in there. That's not a whole lot of bytes. It's totally worth the cost of having them, because then you can build your bundle, send that to stage, you throw your tests at it, and then you send that exact same thing to production. I think that's a safe bet. Some people are really worried about these extra attributes. I'm not. I think that they're fine. Okay, cool. So I think I missed something, but anyway, that's that. That's pretty much it. And then we can actually here. Let's close out of this thing. And we run npm run test :e to e. Here we're gonna change my habit yarn test :e to e ci. And so then you'd put this. I'm gonna put this in my Netlify configuration or whatever. When it builds, it's gonna run the CI script here. It'll run my tests. It'll run all that stuff. But first, it runs the build, because we have to have the built version of our stuff before we run our tests on it. So Malik says that they're liking my streams. Thank you. That's nice. Andrew just pasted something to a GitHub repo. Oh yeah, Babel plugin React remove properties. So if you want to do that, then you can use that Babel plugin. But like I said, I don't recommend you doing that. Okay, still building. Apparently, it takes a while to bundle application when you're live streaming in particular. Building static HTML for pages. Yay! Hey, watch this. I can make my hand get cut off. Ah! My hand! What happened to my hand? Okay, the silly things I do. Something is busted. Oh, rats. So, yeah, this is actually one of the things that I mentioned. So I've got search node modules. This is a plugin. I don't know what it's called, but search node modules. And we're going to gatsby mdx. We're going to, rats, what file is that? I can't remember. Somewhere in here. Let's find it. Not going to tell me what file that's in? Oh, mdx renderer. There it is. Okay, so this is actually fixed on GitHub, but it hasn't been published yet. But what we need is React create element, pass that this first argument, and then these are their props. And then we're going to need to import React into this file. Import React from React. And that will fix this. So let's try that again. Come on now. I'd fixed that before, but then I ran yarn and it removed my fix. Thank you, yarn, for making sure that everything is as it should be, except when I don't want it to be as it should be. Witchcraft. King Daro is one of my favorite people on my chat. King Daro is always here for me, giving me ideas and saying funny things and helping people in the chat, which I think is really nice. So thank you, King Daro. So Andrew is saying, hey, sci.get test data ID greeting. Yep, you could do that too if you don't want to use Cypress testing library, but I like Cypress testing library. Okay, sweet. So we are, we're built, and then we started serve, no clipboard, listen 8899. Now we're running Cypress run, and you know what? I just realized base URL busted. That's not gonna work because our base URL is constant. So our tests are gonna fail. So there are a couple other things that we're gonna need to do because we don't have anything at port 8000. So there are some things that actually in my testing javascript.com course, I show you Cypress. This big project, this is where I teach lots of the configuration stuff in the course. And here's what I do in there is we have as a, wait a second. How do I do this? Go Cypress, okay, run. Oh, here's how I do it. I make it so it's the same port. Okay, so this, and that works. So I also have this other testing workshop. This is what I did for front-end masters. Here we go. As a ini. So here I specify some environment variables, and then that can be different. So when I'm doing EDE versus development versus prod, then I can set these different ports. And what really matters here is the Cypress API URL. That's another way that you can configure the URL for Cypress. So, oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Where's my Cypress JSON? Yeah. Oh, it looks like I do it the same there. Okay, well, hold on a second. Let me show you really quick. We do Cypress open. I'm gonna complain because I don't have the development server running right now. I guess I could get it running if I wanted to, but all I really want to show you is inside of the app, you go to settings, configuration, then it'll show you the various ways that you can set configuration. So there are default values, the config file, Cypress JSON, the env file, which actually I think I like most, based off, I'm not sure how it works, but there's a way that you can say, based off of a certain environment. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works actually. It's probably it. Here, let's see. Cypress help. Here, let's look at that really quick. I'm curious. Cypress env JSON, because I think this is the one that I want most. Here's here. I'm not sure when that one gets picked up. Oh, this is only for local. Okay, that makes sense. So this Cypress will pick this up, and then you're supposed to put that in your git ignore. All right, never mind. That's not what I want. I mean, it's cool. Maybe it would work nicely, but probably set from environment variables. Might be able to set from CLI arguments. That'd probably work. Yeah, base URL. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. Cypress run help. See if it'll show me what the environment variables should be. Oh, that's cool. So we can do env right from here, which is kind of cool. Oh, and we can specify a different config. Nice. Oh, wait. Oh, that's something else, not pointing to a config project. Okay, so there are some things I need to learn about this still. Looks like they added some stuff since I ran. Okay, anyway, so you need to fix this up. Rook is asking, is dot as any like an env file? Dot env file. Actually, yes, it is quite like that. If we look at my scripts here, and maybe dot env like would be a little bit better, but there's this tool also by Gleb Matov who does a lot of cool things called ASA, and then you can say ASA and then whatever whichever group of environment variables you want to enable, and it'll just enable them all. And so then you have your ini file in here. I don't know if that's how you say that, ini, I don't know. But then all the environment variables are set, so it's kind of nice. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna be gone now because I've been talking too long. Maybe next time I will figure out how to set up TypeScript so that this all works. I know that Gleb Balmatov has a repo where he shows you how to do this. And so I'll set it up. I'm pretty sure you need a tsconfig in the Cypress directory because it's gonna be a little different. But yeah, we'll figure out how to do that later. Yeah, it's been fun. I hope this was interesting. Okay, so J. Adam Moore said, can you use a different theme, like one dark drop for visually impaired people? I don't mean to criticize. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that this was difficult to see. I will make adjustments so that this is not so hard for people to watch. Can I use Cypress CLI on my private projects? Absolutely, you can. So here's the deal. This thing bothers me like super big about Cypress and their marketing and stuff. I feel like this pricing thing scares everybody away. They're like, oh, this is not free. So they have this giant thing up here, which yeah, I still feel like they don't get it. Like it's not clear enough that this is always free. That it's the Cypress test runner, the thing that you're installing, that is always free. It's the Cypress dashboard service. Maybe these things should be called out more or something. Like I don't know, but yeah. So I have only ever used the Cypress test runner. I've actually never used the dashboard service. So there's that. It's great. I love it, and yeah, you can use it anywhere. Okay, here, actually, while I've got you, Adam Moore, let's look at our themes. How do I switch themes? I actually don't know. Themes. Here, let's do theme. Okay, I'm gonna look into it later. I don't know how to switch themes. It's been a while since I switched my theme. Okay, this is fun. Is it good to do unit testing using Cypress tests? No, don't use Cypress for unit testing. It's really slow. I mean, there are some things that Cypress is actually really good for, because like typically we're doing our unit tests in JS DOM, and JS DOM is not capable of doing certain things like layout and complex animations and interactions and stuff like that. So you wouldn't use JS DOM for that stuff. And so if there's some things that you need to test that you just can't do in JS DOM, then that's where I use Cypress to test those things. It is possible to unit test with Cypress. Gleb Balmatov has some modules that you can use to render a React component to the page and stuff. You might actually be able to use React Testing Library. Now I think about it, you'd probably be able to use React Testing Library with Cypress, which is kind of interesting. I'll experiment with that. But yeah, typically you wouldn't need to use Cypress for your unit tests. It's going to be a lot slower. It's less capable, like mocking and stuff like that. So I wouldn't recommend that for. Okay, so Adil just said Command Shift P, type theme. Oh, type the theme. I don't know. I don't know. Do I have other themes? I don't have other themes. Color theme. Oh, there we go. Atom one light. Here we go. Whoa. Whoa. All right. Ooh. We don't here. High contrast. That's what I'm talking about. No. Weird. Atom one light's good. That's probably what I'll use in the future for stuff like this. And then I'll go back to my favorite Night Owl. Boom. I love this thing. All right. Sweet. That was fun. I will see you all probably tomorrow. I think I'll live stream tomorrow, but then I'm taking a break. I will be back a week after the new year. So I probably won't be live streaming. And yeah, thanks for all being awesome. Merry Christmas to you, and I will probably see you tomorrow. Goodbye.